Alright.
Alright guys, here we go. These are your new refines. Laid back blade for Gray, Jubilant blade for Tobin, veteran lance for Jagen, and Thunderhead for Olwen. We'll start top left. Laid back blade with Gray. If you guys forgot what Gray had, he had Zambato. He was not used at all. He was basically used just for sword valor, and that's usually what people use him for. Anyways, he now has another effective against cavalry weapon, so they're just improving on it. So instantly, this is a 100% upgrade because it takes what he had and made it better. So now it can do, at start of turn, combat, if unit's HP is over 50%, grants attack speed, defense res +3 during combat. Okay, well, he needed that. He needed the extra stats. Additionally, if the number of foes within 2 spaces, excluding target, is greater than the number of allies within 2 spaces, excluding unit, grants attack speed, defense res +5 to unit during combat. So the idea here is if you are outnumbered, if you are outnumbered, you get up to 8 extra stats.
Same allies too.
Huh?
It could also be 1-to-1.
Oh yeah, it could also be 1-to-1 because it is an equal sign on. And yeah, okay.
So it basically gives him a +8 to everything at its optimum. People were right when they said it was a stat stick. I'll give them that.
Here's the thing.
It makes sense. I mean, Dread Fighters are typically beat sticks anyway, so yeah, it's what I expected.
Gray has 51 base attack with a perf, so this pushes him up to a 59 base attack.
But that's what I was going to point out. Even with everything in his favor, he's not like anything special.
59, 43 with 38 defense and 23, 28, 31 res.
Oh, it's like
fine.
It's just over some of the heroes. But here's the thing, like you oh man, here's the thing. He's 5-star locked, guys. Gotta remember that he's 5-star locked. So if we're comparing him to other 5-star locked heroes, would you take a Larcy or a Merida? Like, would you?
They already have Gray.
Well, no, because their fodder is simply too good to build.
Well, and Gray's is not.
And Gray doesn't really have fodder, so I would rather keep the Grays and merge them up instead of like trying to merge up a Larcy and waste all that panic smoke and pulse smoke fodder and all this other crazy shit she has.
But that's not even an advantage to Gray. It's like, I'm not going to fodder off Gray because he has nothing off to fodder. Or whereas I'm going to do a comparison with Larcy or Merida, but I'm not going to value them as much because they're better units. Like, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it does if you're cautious about your fodder.
Well, cautious about your fodder. Well, okay. I don't know how you're going to say that.
You know damn well I fodder value over the unit if they're 5-star locked.
Well, what I'm going to say is, even though he has all these extra stats, Alright, fine. I mean, I feel like it just gets them to a level underneath those heroes, and because he's 5-star locked. Yeah.
Larcy, I just want to check real quick how that holds up. So Larcy has 52 attack, 56 with her weapon, and then 44 speed. Gray would have 59 attack and 42 speed, just as a point of reference. Gray would have substantially more defense and substantially more res. And HP, obviously. I think he actually gets over 50 HP because of this.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Larcy also has, her sword sets her up for faster Regno Astras. Yeah,
that's the main thing, is that while his blade puts him, a cut above all of the sword infantry and stats, it's anti-cavalry otherwise.
I know, but anti-cavalry is actually not very useful.
It's not bad, but
it's not bad,
not as useful as Wing Sword.
Sure, but like, Wing Sword's useful because of the armor aspect. Like, I find
yeah, that's why I said it's not as useful as the Wing Sword.
Alright, fair enough. And if you go for the Merida example again, extra stats, and there's a null follow-up on top of that as well. So that's the reason why I'm valuing those heroes over Gray, who only has like a slight stat advantage at best. So if you have Grays and you were merging him up, or if you were a big Gray fan, like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense to you.
This is a really good refine.
It's just Zambato with 8 extra stats on everything, so it allows him to catch back up on, like, BST usable. Well, it's not actual BST.
He is a villager, so he already has he's not too far behind.
But you just gave the map, like, even with all the 8 extra stats on everything, like, he doesn't really have a true advantage in everything but defense.
Yeah, and HP. 46 HP.
Okay, sure, fair enough. Either way, it's just stats is not very exciting, is what I mean. Because
it's how I feel. Like I like stat sticks, but not everybody needs them as much as some of the other unique refines, which is why Jacob, despite being pretty nice on concept, didn't end up panning out as well as Laszlo.
Right.
Yeah. Jacob was like he has like an idea of a niche now, because like he's really fun with like Wings of Mercy rushes, because he just jump in with all those stats and kill shit. But it's like a lot of units can already do that, so it's like,
yeah,
if you like Jacob, like he's more than usable now. Which
same thing with Gray. If you like Gray, or if you have a Gray sitting around, he's more than usable. It's just that he's not going to be vying for attention as much with the top of the meta.
And again, the problem is he's 5-star locked. If he were not 5-star locked, this is an excellent.
He's 5-star locked, and he's not in the main pool, so you can't get pity broken by him.
Oh my god. Yeah. So there are a bunch of issues with him, is what I'm trying to say. But the thing is, just stats isn't as useful as, say, Maria's Null Follow-Up, or Larcy and having that Regno Astra setup with her sword, or Byleth with like the potential wind sweep setup with the creator sword. Like, you have all these sword heroes that he's competing with that are 5-star locked, and they could do all these interesting things. All he has over them is just slightly more stats and I guess a lot more HP. But that's what will you do with that to overcome things or make him more interesting is really what this is about. And I really can't think of anything.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. At least he is no longer. I hope you have a good IV Gray is what I'm gonna say, because other than that, I don't really view him as. I mean, laid back blade, the base refined ability just makes him useful, and it's at least 100% better than Zanbato. So at the very least, you have that. But he's for me, he's still gonna be mostly used for Sword Valor. That's what I mostly use him for. SP gains.
Sword Valor, so you don't have to kill him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he already had the niche for being like the anti-sword, the anti-horse sword guy. Yeah. Like I would slap like I would throw him into like an anti-cab line team and just throw like Null Sea Disrupt on him.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna invest him in that. Okay. But if I see a random cavalry in the arena assault, I'll throw him in.
This is why earlier when you said you value the high tier fodders and stuff, I was just like, are you sure? Because you always make these suggestions.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could use Nyla, but if I pull two of them and I need a red class anti-horse guy for the cav line, I'd be like, who would I use? And I'd be like, well, how about the guy that already has like anti-cavalry on his like base kit, right?
Fair enough.
But then again, that's what I did with like Rai. So it was like,
yeah, exactly. This is what I did.
Yeah.
Honestly, thinking about it now, I'd say Rai is actually a better investment than Gray, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, that's
Ray
because of
has
merge.
A much, merge potential, and plus he gets
merge potential, dull range, Alton. The boy is stacked.
Okay, like, great. But this isn't about Rai. We get it though.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I was just comparing that like to Gray. I was like, whether or not it's something I would actually do. So yeah, thinking about it now, it's more of a. Yeah, it's more about the character itself.
Exactly. Right. This is for people who already have Gray. Anyways, moving on. This is for everybody now, realistically, unless you started the game late and you were not part of the Tobin Tempest Trials.
TT.
Jubilant Blade Tobin. This is more useful for everybody because at Paces, we were expecting effective against armor foes sword that just did more damage, and that's exactly what it is. Additionally, at start combat, if units max HP is over foes HP +1, so you just out HP them by 1, grants attack speed, defense, res +4 to unit during combat. Oh,
cut.
Tobin has 46 HP, by the way. In case you're wondering, 49 with the blade.
How are you gonna trigger this?
Very easily. Don't forget, he gets 3 more HP from his refine.
48 HP or less already gets it.
No. Think about it. Like, if I'm going to use him in Arena Assault, I'm going up against these max merge armor heroes where
I mean, reasonably you run HP attack 2, and then you run something else in seal that boosts HP, something else. You'll probably get most armors.
I will need his seals to do this because my entire point are there's plenty of enemy heroes, armor heroes at +10, well over 50, or heading around 55.
Surtur is the highest HP armor that's common in the meta these days. It's only the weapons that have refines that hit higher.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm just worried
So
about the HP
54
threshold,
is-
and you do all that.
If
just
you're
for...
above 54, if you have 55 HP or higher, you should be doing it on most enemies.
The only thing you'll miss is like Amelia, and that's it.
Yeah, but
And Amelia's
how many of those do you see?
Yeah.
And as far as the stats go with it, Tobin would have 49 HP, 51 attack, 31 speed, 37 defense, and 30 res. Just for reference.
Doesn't Tobin already wreck armors? Well, that's because he's effective against armors. But
Yes, that's the main point.
the problem
Tobin is armor
nowadays
tech.
with the newer armor types, he doesn't do enough damage, or they sustain themselves. Like they can take a hit, and then they heal back up. So that's the problem that he's been facing. I've been using Tobin less. Like I used to always use him in Arena Assault just because armors are everywhere. You always take the effect against armor heroes. You want as many of them as possible. So yeah, while this is a good update because it's a better armor smasher, it's just plus 40 all stats is essentially all he got on top of that.
Yeah,
So it was very restrained.
It's an easy +4 considering Tobin's weird stat line, but
Yeah.
it basically
Plus
just
two you
gives you
get
more
from-
openness to go wherever you want with his stats.
Okay. Well, I'm not so sold on it being like taken for granted that he will out HP people, because here's the thing: you definitely should not plus 10 Tobin. I don't want to hear that
+1 at
argument.
best.
It's not. That's not worth it.
+1, that's about all. If you have the Tobin from the Tempest Trials, 20,000 feathers to give him 2 HP isn't too steep.
Okay.
If you
Here's the
actually are
thing.
refining him.
Here's the thing. What you said there is what I think is this, because I think if you +1 him, very reasonable to get all +4 everything, especially if you do that HP attack seal.
Yeah.
Especially the last squad ace seal, for example, is excellent on him. So
Yeah.
if you do that, yeah, I can totally see it. But if you don't do that, I can see it not like failing you at times. So it really depends on you. Now, if you're under level tier 21 or you're not like a super high scoring team, definitely this is not a problem. You'll out HP everybody and you'll get that 4 extra stats on everything. So either way, it's a good update. It's just restricted. Like it could have been more.
It could have been more, but Tobin is Tobin. His HP is really high for an infantry. You can get there really easily.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say like we shouldn't have expected too much because he's free, but like, ooh.
I didn't expect anything more.
This is one of the rare Tempest Trials refines, isn't it?
It's,
Is this even
it's
the...
not as though Tempest Trials are locked out of it. It's just that they don't get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
I actually don't remember another Tempest Trial refine. Clive. Alright, true. Clive. But yeah, it's rare. It's really rare, guys. So... And Clive also got kind of... Clive
really only got that because he had Matilda on his side.
Yeah.
If Matilda wasn't getting a refine, he wouldn't have
He
got
wouldn't
it.
have gotten it.
Massina didn't get a refine. She only got that because the
Lucina.
other Falchions got a refine.
True.
Tobin got it. partially
Tobin is
because
the
of
only
Gray.
one that got one just
On his own
because.
accord.
I mean, it was partially because of Gray, to be fair, but
Yeah, I guess.
Alright.
I mean,
Anyways.
they don't always do it though. Like Melkana didn't get like the female.
yeah,
prophet.
that's a different.
But
But that's because
GHB.
I think for some reason,
And I think
Nintendo
they're waiting on that.
Really
They're waiting
hates
on the free
Melkana.
price.
I think
Waiting
they'll
on
do that
free price.
eventually, but
There's
they're
a reason why
waiting on it.
Olwen's here because 5-star lock.
Okay. Anyways,
5-star.
moving on. Veteran Lance for
I'm just
here's
gonna
the
say, but
for Jagen, I hope this is good because as it is, I already
he is
see
literally worse Conrad.
yeah, and I don't see anyone use him. The problem is, wait a second, Marbels, you're here. Do you remember your best video of all time in FEH?
Second best, but yes, it's the one with the most views.
Yeah, the arena, what is it, tier 20?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay. Wow, you suck at this.
Yeah, wonder what Maka's up to anyway.
Yeah. That was the first time ever I've seen a scary Jagen. Now, it didn't age well because that will never happen anymore. But let's see. Let's see if this brings something back. If foe initiates combat or at start combat, if foe's HP is over 70% or greater or over 70%, grants attack res +5 to unit during combat. What is with all these extra stats? Like,
I mean, to be fair, that's the thing that a lot of these units lack, stats.
oh, I think they need more than that. Anyways, at start of turn, if any foe's res is under unit's res by 3 and that foe is adjacent to another foe, inflicts, that's sabotage attack. Inflicts attack on
sabotage attack. Oh. Sabotage attack on a pretty easy attack res +5.
What do you guys think?
Let me pull up my Jagen for a second.
All right, for what it's worth, he was
just
really
the weapon
lacking
refine
on the attack. So it was like the base refine, I like it, but it's like, and I did expect him to have a sabotage for his refine. I was just hoping it would be like a mixed one, like attack res, sabotage.
That'd be
just attack.
I mean, to be fair, Cavs can't learn those kinds, if I remember correctly. Those are
sabotages? Oh no,
they can learn sabotage, but they can't learn the one above it, the one that's double stats.
There are no double stat ones that aren't preferences.
My Jagen is finished. It's nice.
Oh yeah, that's just gaps.
Anyways, for Jagen, I think the extra attack and res is pretty huge for him.
Really?
But that res doesn't get factored into the sabotage though.
It doesn't. You're right about that. Though he still has 35 res out the gate.
And he needed extra attack, so that's fair.
So let's see, where does that put him? 47, 52 attack. Plus
Wait,
attack.
He can reach 52 attack now?
Yeah, with plus attack.
Oh.
Immediately with Veteran Lance.
I'm not sure people have went for plus attack. Actually, I would say most people who did commit to Jagen.
I mean, it would be 49 otherwise.
Yeah. Okay, 49 is more reasonable. At least he's getting closer to 50, which makes it, he starts actually... It actually factors into it rather than just completely depending on like Iceberg or Bonfire.
And not to mention,
Iceberg.
It's not ruining Fury, so you can still keep that if you want. Not that it's his best skill, but you can keep it and it won't ruin him.
Right.
Puts him up to 38 res. So plus attack Jagen with Fury and Veteran Lance hits up to 55 attack, which isn't bad.
All right. But continuing on, I don't know. I feel like it's like partially supporting him, increasing his res, increasing attack, but only when he's attacked. So it does help him.
Or if the foe's healthy.
Or if his foe's healthy, yeah. But the other part, like the sabotage, like I don't know. It's underwhelming.
It's nice not to have the sabotage on your B slot. It opens it up to other things like lull. You can run sabotage attack, and then you can run lull attack def. That would work pretty well.
All right. Well, the problem is, like, if we're talking about whether this would make someone make him, still no.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that if you have a 5-star Jagen, at least just give him that weapon and he'll do something.
No, there's no reason not to take the weapon. He had nothing better. He doesn't really use anything else better.
Anything else would just be worse Conrad.
Yep. So at least this factors him, separates him from Conrad. So
yeah.
All right.
I mean, if you want to do like a really good sicko mode build on him, you can do DC with low speed defense because his speed
no, his speed's not that salvageable. It's only 24.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why lol? Speed defense.
Low attack def with QR.
Yeah, that would be more reasonable, but like.
Oh right, I just saw like a speed build for him, which is kind of funny. Never mind. But yeah, DC low QR. It works.
That works just fine.
All right, moving on. Owen. This is probably what I'm most excited about because I've been a big fan of Owen the entire time. Thunderhead has been very underrated for a very long time. In fact, I think most people forget. Whenever people think of like Green Mage with Blade Tome, it's Nino. So
that's because she's free.
Right.
Otherwise.
Anyways, Thunderhead grants bonus to units attack equals still bonuses on unit during combat. This is basically a better Blade Tome because there's no extra cooldown on specials and there's slightly extra might, but that's the base form. And additionally, if an ally initiates combat against against a foe within 2 spaces of unit, inflicts speed res by 5 on that foe during. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, she's a support for some reason.
What?
I mean, it's
what
cute,
is this?
But I mean, it's a hey. Look, let's put it this way. At least it's not a wave.
What? Shush.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you guys didn't know, oh, thanks Dominus. So thanks for the sub. But if you guys didn't know, Owen in Thracia, she's like a scout captain. So this kind of makes sense, like in relation to what she does. But that's such a stretch. Why? This doesn't help her. It helps her allies.
I mean, Olwen herself is a Blade Tome cavalry, so that's like I was surprised she even got a refine. But
yeah, honestly,
this is so
she
muted.
didn't need a refine. Let's just be honest. Making her refine a support is more than okay.
One eternity later.
Oh, I've been told that the refine was mistranslated.
How can this be mistranslated?
He benefits from it as well.
How are you sure it's mistranslated?
I was just told that by Mad Crash. So it's actually Tharia's Hex.
If it's Tharja's Hex, how do you make that mistake? It's not a new refine.
Oops.
They've had a lot of mistranslations.
Oh, it only
lately,
that's why,
so-
because it says it's supposed to be if unit or an ally initiates combat. Because it doesn't work on enemy phase, just player phase. That's they forgot Olwen in there, but it's still the initiate condition, and they probably forgot to mention that it's Olwen.
That is a friggin' clown show. Alright guys, I will see for myself.
But it won't help with her vantage sweeping in that particular instance. But she's still
Okay,
a
we
more
got
than
the-
fine enough vantage sweeper. I don't see where people think she isn't.
I just
I
saw
mean,
Why do you
the
keep
only
saying
reason
she's a
why you
vantage
don't do
sweeper?
it is because Nino is free. But other than that, it's like
I
vantage
don't know.
sweeping on a horse
I don't know
isn't
why you
awful.
keep saying she's a vantage sweeper.
She's not!
Because she's good.
okay,
She's
Nino.
as
She's
good as
not,
Nino.
dude. She's
No,
not.
it's literally the same thing.
No, you would run that on
Except she's
Nino.
on
If you're going to run that on Owen, it makes no sense. She's a cab.
I just said I was like,
Nino
okay,
is the merge
you would
potential
rather
to make
do
it
it on
work.
Nino because of the
Yeah.
merges. But if you
Okay.
wanted to do it on a plus
Okay,
10
you-
Olwen, you
Okay,
can do it.
What?
There's
Okay,
nothing.
that.
There's
I
nothing
will-
skill-wise that keeps either of them from like not
Okay,
doing
you're
it.
correct on that. I think there are better vantage sweepers than Olwen, or
I have
Nino.
never seen her ran as like a vantage sweeper. I've never
There
heard
aren't
any,
enough
Because
anyone
she's
even mention
five-star
that.
lock. Nino is free. People would rather
Then
pick
why
the
are you
Nino.
talking about something that no one would do?
It's
Because people
hypothetical.
do it, and if they
Who?
want to do it, they can.
Who the?
People who like Olwen, people who hate Nino, people who are whales. I have seen.
I'm someone who likes
someone
Owen,
attempt it.
and I will never even think about that.
I've seen
Who have you
seen
seen
people
do
do it.
this?
like maybe like 5 people, but that the point
Five
is that-
people? I haven't even
The
seen
point
5 Owens.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's just you though. The thing is the sheer fact.
Dude, I
that
hear a
they
review
are
all the
same-
time. What the fuck?
The point is they're the same unit that can do the same thing, and it's like if somebody wants to do that on Olwen,
Look,
they
man,
can.
I don't. I'm not gonna go
It
down
doesn't
that
matter
path of
whether or
thoughts.
not the
This is
other
getting too
unit
lunatic
is easier
for
to
me.
merge. It's more about the fact that it's possible and that it works.
Okay,
It-
it's
it-
possible, but it's unlikely,
It's-
which is why I'm not like, why are we talking about it? No one's gonna do that.
Because if
Cool
people are
option.
looking for build suggestions to use for their Olwen and they don't want to use Nino for the same thing, it was like, well, if you don't want to use Nino, you can use Olwen for it and you'll get the exact same results. Possibly better because you have 3 move.
All right, I have confirmed it for you,
What?
Nims. It does work on Olwen.
Okay, good.
Cool.
No, this doesn't work better because she has worse base stats. She's a worse sweeper. And she's hard to merge.
There are better vantage sweepers in general.
Yeah.
It's just that all Blade Tome units are good vantage sweepers by nature.
No, not her inherently. Like,
Okay, not yours inherently, dear God.
no,
but-
mine's minus attack, I get that. But I'm saying you would not do that with Owen. It just would not make sense at all. Like, entire point of having a cav hero with Blade Tome is easy to buff, easy to threaten. Like, you're
Yeah,
not...
It's you
like-
can, but should you?
No, you definitely should. That's why I'm not... Like, why are we even talking? No one's gonna do that.
You said that about people who don't who try to use Matthew, but look at him now.
I mean,
I didn't say that for
Matthew's
people who
fine
use
for that.
Matthew.
You said there are a lot of units. You sleep on a lot of units, let's be honest.
There's a difference between sleeping on a unit and completely going bonkers and doing something that no one else does. For Matthew, everyone does that.
Well, that's what's fun. You should always go out of your way to do something no one else is doing, because that means nobody can beat you.
What? Okay. Look, man, I'm not trying to win the Special Olympics, so...
Yeah, let's, I will say that Gray is definitely up there, but Jagen and Gray are just flat benefits to have, whether or not you refine them. Gray's the best for the... I'd say Tobin's Refine's better than Gray's, even if the base effect isn't.
Okay, for me, if the refine is in fact incorrect and it's just like Tharja's and it's just speed and res instead of... For Tharja's, like, what, attack and res? No.
I think it was attack speed.
Attack and speed. Attack and speed. The problem is, like, you're comparing a free-to-play hero versus a 5-star locked hero, so...
Yeah.
It
would take a lot to make Gray up to snuff.
Right. Well, anyways, whatever. I think Owen... Yeah, okay. I would put it between Owen or Gray for top hero, but honestly, I think Gray might have had the better of it.
It's mostly because Gray doesn't have nearly as good a chance in the competition, whereas Olwen already stands on her own really well.
Here's the thing.
She's both offensive and supportive, thanks to her tome.
Yeah, that's really valuable. That speed and res part is really good for Owen because her attack isn't that high. Even as a Blade Tome hero, getting that one shot or even 2 shots could be questionable depending on how many buffs you have. So dropping their speed and res by 5 actually like puts her up quite a bit.
For example, my Olwen as a Blade Tome cap already has 57 attack initiating effectively. Like, that's good. That's really good.
Well, those are your refines. Oh my god. I'm frustrated over the Owen like mistranslation.
It's definitely a mistranslation. I've checked it for myself.
And again, they've been doing it a lot. If you go into the menu right now, they mistranslated Bernadetta's bow.